Welcome back to Preserve My Home. I'm Jeremy Rozier with Rozier Restorations, and when life gives you lemons, you got to make lemonade. Here we are today. We've been on this foundation work that we talked about in the last video, or actually we already went through some of that with you, but now we've used that opportunity of a destroyed foundation and a lost footer pier and some collapsing retaining stuff happening in the basement that caused the house to sink about 2¼ inches. We've used this opportunity to get all that jacked back up, put in new footer piers, take care of the issues in the basement, build some retaining walls, and then we've added a new foundation for an addition, because that is how you take lemons and make lemonade. If you're going to have to rip it out and redo it, you got to find a way to improve it. You don't want your project to just be something where you had to go replace a whole bunch of things that were there before. So, and then you don't get the wow factor out of it. So what we've done here is increase the size of a butler's pantry and an entry, and we're going to have a great time today just kind of showing you around this project and letting you know some of the things that are going on here. All right. Be sure to like and subscribe, and welcome to our project. You may have noticed some changes in me with the haircut and everything, but we had to make plenty of changes down here. Years ago, when they ended up adding this crawl space to install a hot water heater and the furnace, they dug out a sand foundation, basically all the sand infill to the basement floor, and it just caused a release of the upward pressure, like the ability to hold the foundation piers was lost, and it began to sink back in this whole corner of the house. So we had to lift up on the whole floor system, and we had to build a retaining wall to help hold the earth back again all around this area in the basement, and that allowed us then to rebuild all the footer piers going back through the back and get this ready to go for new framing. As we discussed in last time's video, we actually chose to make some changes to the way in which the windows were laid out. They used to be centered in these walls, and we chose to bring them to the corner for the look of the new bathroom interior. And in doing so, we had to replace some of the siding where we had changed the holes, and we were able to use some historical siding that I have stored, that I replaced with historical siding from the period, because I had some stored, and we were able to tie this back in seamlessly. So after we finish the little bit of Bondo work on a few of the cracks and dings in the wood and get things sanded out, get a final coat of paint on here, this will look like this never happened. And I just love how the corner came together, and even from the inside, when it's going to be trimmed out, it's going to look really incredible. It's amazing what you can do with the old houses, even if you're just moving things around, but you can still use some of the original parts and try to play off the original history of the home. You can really do some great design and not have to rip things out and make things look all modern and new. So that's our goal here. That's what we do with my company, Rozier Restorations, and that is why it's about not only restoring this house, but also rebuilding my house and remodeling my house, but doing it all in a way that honors the past with as much modern technology as we can, but we always want to restore the past. As we stand here in the house, we talked about last week how we were going to be raising up these windows. We've not gotten to that yet, but we are going to be raising these windows by 12 inches, and you're going to see some footage of that taking place. At least the window sashes being shrunk by 6 inches apiece in our shop next week. We're going to introduce you to our shop, and also we're going to be working on restoring these two windows here, which have some pretty significant rot in their frames. So we're going to be getting the bottom sashes of these restored. And now that we have these windows got square, when we were able to get the house jacked up to 2¼ inches, we really were surprised at how square everything became. The last time we walked through here, this was down in a significant fashion, but now we've got this all leveled up. It's now time to open this up, and we're going to be getting ready to make this pass through into the pantry. But one of my favorite things about this particular job is going to be the ability to see out the new 6-foot back door. We're going to have a 6-foot French door going right out that direction where the ladder's at. and they're going to be able to see back into their entertainment space, and right here from the kitchen and the dining room and their butler's pantry. And we've got some really exciting things planned for, they have some kids in this house, and so we've got some really exciting things planned for them to have some kids cubbies as soon as they come in the back door, some place to put their coats away. Just take advantage of this newer space. A beer fridge for the husband, got to have that. A washer and dryer room, all that stuff's going to be tied in there, and it's going to be incorporated in the new design. Again, plan to make everything look really nice and look like it was historical. The guys are back in the back. They're working on lasering out the walls right now. They're getting them all flattened out. In these older houses, you don't often have completely flat walls. And since we're going to be doing a lot of tile in this space, one of the most important thing was to get everything brought out perfectly plumb so that we've got nice level plumb and square walls. So now we're working on furring out our old studs with new studs and bringing everything out to our laser line. Jose is busy shooting them in as he lines them up with his laser. Looking good. Go back just a hair. There you go. Looking good. Great job, Jose. Appreciate it. All right, we're going to close this out, and be sure to like and subscribe. Be sure to check back with us as we continue our Vineville remodel here and getting all this foundation work done, getting this house back up right, and being part of Restore My House. So I appreciate you checking in with us, and we'll see you next week.